time this down a little bit because I didn't take in consideration I would have two brothers at the same time, and I think the topic is sort of similar, but we can get this. We can probably squeeze this in on this broadcast. I want to first, before we get engaged into our conversation, I would like to spend just a minute to allow these brothers to introduce themselves while they're here, and before we get into this conversation. And I guess we'll start with Brother Stephen. Can you hear us?
Hi, good evening. What is your name?
My name is Angel Snupnup 7.
There's no way I'm calling a grown ass man that. What is your name?
My name is Talik.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Talik. Well, I thought I had something to say, but after watching your video, I'm just confused. So I don't know where to even start off. So maybe you should do a little bit more in explaining your platform.
They just wanted us to introduce ourselves first.
Yeah,
so people would
Okay,
know who we were talking to.
I'm Stevens. That's who I am.
Okay, Stephen. Then we have Brother Christopher. How you doing, Brother Christopher?
Yeah, I'm Christopher. I'm doing pretty well. I'm Christopher. I'm usually the one that's being told I'm going to get kicked off somebody's Facebook page for having a difference of opinion. So
join the club. All right. Okay. So tonight, the topic or the title that we have chosen is about feminism and how feminism has destroyed or contributed to the destruction of the black community. That was the main topic, but we're gonna just start off with Brother Stevens. I think Stevens.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Stevens, sorry.
Okay, we're gonna begin with the brother. He wants to, like I told you, we'll give you, whatever you want to say on the subject that you choose, and then we'll talk about that.
Well, that was just my topic. I alluded to you in the email that black feminism has significantly contributed to the destruction of the black community.
Exactly. And how is that, sir?
Yeah. You can look at it on many platforms. You can look at it politically. You can look at it socially. You can look at it with gender relations. You can look at it economically. You can look at it as with family structure. I think the most succinct analysis of it is the works of E. Franklin Frazier. He told us this about when he wrote the Black Bourgeoisie. What was that, in the early '80s? It seems like everything from those published writings in his later years have come to manifest themselves. So that would be, the content I would rest on. That sociologist's work.
Who is this? So this is not coming from your mind. This is coming from what you. This is what you are saying from somebody else, a book that you read, correct?
What's coming from my mind?
Because you just quoted something from some.
I reference.
Okay, you
You
referenced.
know who E. Franklin Frazier is?
No, I have no idea.
I know that book, The Black Bourgeoisie. Yeah, I know the book.
You got a link?
No, I don't need
So I can
any
put it up for
links.
you?
I want to know.
Oh shit.
I want to know exactly how. Okay, how does he explain that feminism? How has it? How has it disrupted the black? How has it destroyed the black community? First of all, I would like to know what is feminism?
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling, sir.
You're not?
No, this is I talk
Damn, I
this
hate
way.
to hear you when you yell, yelling.
I'm just talking. This is my normal voice.
Man, your multivitamin regimen must be awesome. I'm sorry, I have a hard problem when people raise their voice. I just tune them out. What did you say again? Can you say it?
He was
Wait a
asking,
minute. See, You brothers, don't come here playing games. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean,
I'm asking you to
saying
repeat
that
the question.
you saying that I'm speaking too loud, so clearly you heard me. Do you want me to whisper?
No, I tune people out when they
You tone
start.
people
So you
out
can
when
put it
they
in
okay.
the tone.
What is feminism?
What is feminism?
Yes.
You want my personal definition?
No,
You
I
just
don't
want
want.
a
I mean,
definition
okay,
you
yes.
can
Let's
use?
give you your personal definition. I'll work with that.
I don't have a personal definition of feminism. But if you want me to Google what feminism is,
No,
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
want you to
that.
Google it. I want to know.
Feminism is a
No, I
collection
don't
of
want to.
things.
I already Googled it.
Well,
I
why
already
don't you
know.
ask me what feminism is?
Okay, how does it
I'm
destroy?
gonna give you.
How has it destroyed the black community? You say.
Wait. No machine gun questions. One question at a time, dude. You asked me what
Well,
feminism
you can't
is.
answer what
So I can
answer what feminism is.
I'm going to give you a definition, and hopefully we can agree on it. I'm going to give you a general
It makes no difference
definition.
whether I agree or not. Just what is the definition of feminism?
Well, we're going to have a conversation. We got to have some level of understanding.
I just want to know your
So,
understanding. I'm just going by what you bring.
My understanding is what Google says. Feminism is a collection of political and social movements that work to achieve equality among the sexes.
Okay.
That's the standard definition of feminism.
Okay.
If you want to
no, that's fine. That's
abbreviate
fine.
from there,
We don't have to go no
from
further.
there, we can do that. But
Okay.
I don't have a definition of
Okay.
feminism.
All right.
I'm
Now,
not a dictionary.
so how has it destroyed or how has it affected the black community?
Like I said earlier, you have to break it down in several areas of social and political engagement. I named a few. Do you want to go down them one by one, or how do you want to do this?
However you want to begin.
All right. Well, let's look at the social factors that E. Franklin put out there in his book about liberalism and feminism. I think the most contributing factor of feminism that has helped destroy the black community is its focus on the woman itself and not the family unit, which in case of the black diaspora or the black experience has been exasperated to the point that we actually have a so-called race community, whatever you call it, where we have two genders literally living different expectations on what is expected of each other, which causes the destruction of the singular family unit, which helps unravel the black community.
Okay. So what is suggested is that the black family was together before feminism. And it was all right. It was working perfectly fine before feminism. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all. That's what you said. I didn't say any of that. I said what I said.
Right, but you said that it unraveled or it interfered with, I guess, traditional family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it
That's what I
interfered with
said.
your right.
I don't know what you said.
Exactly. Okay, so you said that it was better when we had traditional family before feminism. So the black community was just fine before feminism because feminism
I wouldn't go that far.
unraveled.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far at all.
That's what you're saying. Why would you jump to such a hasty conclusion?
That's what I'm hearing.
Is that, well, it seems like you're hard of hearing because none of that came out my mouth.
So what are you saying then?
Everything you said, everything you
clarify.
said was a hasty generalization.
Clarify what you're saying then to us.
I don't have to clarify. I think it was succinctly, purposely stated. One of the most glaring contributions black feminism or feminism has had on the black community, wherever you want to call it, is the unraveling of the family unit by placing more emphasis on the singular, the woman and the womanhood empowerment, than the whole unit as combined.
Okay.
That's not where we're coming from.
Right. So in the definition of feminism, where does feminism talk about let us unravel the traditional family unit? Where does feminism say that? Or is that just something?
Why?
Toward the
Why?
black community, that was the whole thing toward the black community, because they were teaching that we should separate and the women be empowered and on their own while they kept their families together. So that was the whole notion of it. When it
What?
came, when as far as feminism, when it came to black family and nuclear black families, but they didn't do that for the most part in the beginning when they were pushing feminism to their families. They kept their families together. There was no separation except and most of it to me was a big money grab anyway, because if you look back to it, there was no purpose of even pushing feminism, none. So now you got all these folks saying, woman independence and all this foolishness, and it only helps people who make money from it. For the most part, it doesn't really help any nuclear family now. I can't speak for it back in the 60s and 70s. I mean, I'm a 70s baby, so I was a baby when it was really pushing. But just looking at the history of it and looking at it now, I don't think it worked out for anybody. That's why you got a lot of folk crying about, they push all that female empowerment. Now they're whining, talking about, I want a man. I need a man. I don't want to be alone. It's too late now. You ruined it. And as far as, I don't think, now my personal opinion, nothing against Stephens, my personal opinion, I think lack of education through financial, having your financial anything straight destroyed the black community. We don't create, we consume. We consume now. That never cut off. And if anything, I want to say I blame the church. Because the church get the most of the money. I think I looked up the other day and said black church overall make about $3 trillion, and not even a piece of that go back to the black community. So, once we start, and then I'm afraid to even say this, but once we start in a whole putting ourselves together financially, then there's going to be some law get changed or something get done to destroy that. Because every time we try to build ourselves up financially, then it's an issue. We're doing too much. So, and the unfortunate part is, I told my daughter this, my middle daughter, I said, we probably won't fix it until her kids, get to where they have figured out that this was a bad decision. We'll be dead and gone in dust by the time they figure it out. Hopefully it won't take that long. Hopefully that our kids will see it and say, wait a minute, we need to move another direction. So, because most of the people who got into feminism in a young age, now they are older, their elders going, we screwed up. This was stupid. We shouldn't have did this. It's too late for you now. Now you're a cat lady. You're a dog lady. And unfortunately, you've already taught your daughters, and now they're doing.
I agree with Christopher's sentiment.
All right.
So now,
Go ahead.
I would say now, I think the best thing that we could do, for us, is I actually tell young people to fall out of the foolishness. Don't get with that girl if you're not looking to marry her. Don't get with that guy if you're not looking to marry him. Get your education as far as financial education up. Why are you even looking to be anything if you can't take care of yourself? That's crazy.
Yes.
I think once we start doing that, that'll take away from food stamps, TANF, SNAPs, all that, because that's how they make most of their money, through the bad decisions of that. And then once we take their money away and go back to being a nuclear family, we can have some kind of social change. Right now, we just, we lapdogs. We need snaps. I need help. You got 30 or 40 TikTok pages out here saying, hey, I'm going through a bad time, going through a situation, send me some money. Because there's no education on how to make money. Can't get a job. AI's taking most of the jobs. I can't say nothing. My business run mostly through AI. So if you're not learning AI, you're missing the curve. And folk out here trying to I saw a friend of mine yesterday who has he has a certification to be a welder. He's at Burger King trying to get a job.
With a welding certification?
No, he has his certification. He could MIG and TIG weld, and he was at Burger King trying to get a job.
What area?
Yeah.
What area?
What do you mean?
What area is this?
This was the Cap County, but I helped him.
Georgia.
I actually got him. Some help with Goodwill and got him in a position to do better because he didn't even know. So when we get around each other and we try to. How can I put this? We get around each other. I would always say to folk I know, if your circle all thinking the same and it's not for the positive, it's not for the upliftment of your people, you need to find a new circle. Maybe all y'all talking the same foolishness. So he did not know he could go to Goodwill for any kind of education on anything. And he had been passionate for months, living in a hotel, paying $100 a night, door dashing and all this other stuff. So we gotta get, I mean, feminism aside, we gotta get back to a point where we're producing. We gotta cut this consuming. Because I mean, what was somebody said if the black community got together as a country, we spend enough for a small country.
Yes.
We'll be the 8th richest nation in the world.
Yes.
Right. So I think a lot of times we ourselves are scared to come together. Because at one point when I first started my business and I started making money with my business, I'm being honest with you, I was terrified when I made my first $10,000 because I had never done that before. So I think that's the biggest thing too. We scared of success, especially if it's positive success. You know, because I've met people over the years, and if you're talking about, hey, sell T-shirts, sell on eBay, sell on Amazon, you know, do affiliate links, do all these things, that's too much. That's too hard. I don't want to do that. But if you say, hey, let's go hit this lick, hey, let's go get this bag, everybody's all for it. I've never understood that. Because that's actually harder than doing the other stuff.
Exactly.
So we gotta get us out. That's why I love these platforms. We gotta get out of it. We gotta get people more into the mindset of getting out of the raggedy mindset, whether it be feminism, hood stuff, ridiculousness, ratchetness, all of it. Because it ain't benefiting us as a people.
I agree. I also like the point you made, and I want to ask you a question, Christopher, because I'm trying to figure out things in the percentage. I like the point that you brought up, which is our lack of financial literacy. If you could have a pot of 100% destruction, what percentage you think is feminism? What percentage you think is other factors like financial illiteracy?
I personally think that feminism is used as, how can I put this? The show. It's more of the show than anything. And when people get to looking at the circus, they won't pay attention to nothing else.
Like a smoke and mirrors type of concept?
Right.
And feminism is a smoke. Okay.
Because I saw a video today of a young lady saying how she was going to she felt that the doctor, the fact that he was a doctor, he wasn't reaching his goals and potential. And that ridiculousness of that video had 2.3 million views. But a video that's showing how to actually come across making the money, it had I think it had 1,500 views. So the whole feminism show get people locked in. No one is locking in to get the information to make the money. And then you have to look at the algorithm of TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. If you look at, because somebody asked me, said, hey Chris, how you get all these credit videos? That's what I look at. If you're looking at comedy, if you're looking at foolishness, if you're looking like Fresh and Fit, that's all that's going to pop up on your page. So you have to change what you look at in order for the algorithm to change what you get. If you keep looking at the same junk, you're going to keep getting the same junk. I mean, I messed around back in the day. My fiance had clicked on a K-pop video. I couldn't get that thing off of my YouTube page to save my life, man. She looked at it one time and it just kept sending me K-pop videos. I had to literally tune in to a whole bunch of different business and credit things for a month before it came off my YouTube page. So that is the biggest. I've seen people be on TikTok for hours looking at nothing.
Yeah.
For hours. So you want to, I tell people around me, you want to do all these things, your ambition has to actually meet what you want to do. If you're laying on your butt doing nothing, you're not going to get nothing. You got to actually do the work. And we got to get us to the point where we got to do the work and not pay attention to the ridiculousness. It's making people money. If you talk about, like, I was actually told, if I talk about with my videos the ridiculousness between baby mamas and baby dads, I would get millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't keep talking about it. A solution has to come from it. I can't keep talking about the negative all the time with zero solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that some of my videos I come with solutions. I'll say, well, this is dumb. This is crazy. Shouldn't go this right. We should do this. We should try this. This is how we should try to move forward. And hear all the different directions we do it. I get maybe 400 or 500 views. But I look at other people's stuff they have, and it's full of ridiculousness. 100, 200,000, 1 million, 2 million views. So that's why I said I think our kids will probably end up fixing this situation.
I really doubt it. I doubt if these children are going to fix anything, because they don't have that mindset. It can only get worse. This is the time. We are living in the time. If you're going to get something done, you got to do it now. How are they going to change anything when they're mimicking what we do or what folks are doing in this proper time? They don't know. So if we know better,
it's a small few of them.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a small few of young men and young women who think what we're talking about right now. I'm saying I love these platforms because we can push that it should be more.
Yes.
More of our generation. I mean, more of my kids' generation. My kids are like 25, 22. So like more of their generation need to be doing it. And the crazy part is, it's free.
Yeah.
Most of it is free. So, when folk come around me and say, I ain't got the money, like I knew guys who thought to start a business cost $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out on my platforms and say, hey, this is what you got to do. This is where you got to go. We need to do more of that and push out, as Stephen said, we need to push out the smoke and mirrors with the education.
Exactly. I concur. Now here, and like I said, I concur with everything that you said, brother Chris. Now the problem that a lot of men have with me, because I do agree 100% with what you're talking about, is when we focus and target sisters, women, because I'm listening to you talk and we understand what feminism is. And when you understand the definition of feminism, it has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Now, what a person does after they listen to that message, just like in church, what it was, just recently, a fella decided to take a truck and run through people in New Orleans. Chances are that's religious influence or whatever. He probably read the Quran and the teachings of ISIS or whatever it is. But they usually justify, religious, the Quran or whatever. That's what he got out the message. I'm supposed to do this. My God backs me up, and that's what he done. So people can take the message of feminism or anything, or racism. You can take those things and make them things into, that person calculate those things and make them into what they want to. Because the definition of feminism, if we look at it, has nothing to do with it. It's just feminism, just like the brother said, very short and simple. It has nothing to do with these things. It's just the ideology of equality for women. And for me, I don't have no problem with it. For me, women don't threaten me.
I do.
Women don't threaten me. Mm-mm. See, if you are a man or claim to be a man, you are the leader. How does a woman threaten you? What can a woman do to stop you from doing what you need to do? You are the leader. You are the power. The only thing she can do, sit back in the cut and go for the ride. You don't have to drop down to her level. If I turn this car to the right, baby, you going to the right. Children going to the right. And dog Scruffy. We going to the right. That's what this man in this country do. When the Caucasian men of this country said we're going to do this, the women said, how high? We just going to roll with you. You are not, black men aren't in the position to try to be like white folk because you haven't put yourself in that position. You want unearned credit, unearned praise, or unearned following, but you have not done the work to have the respect of a leader. You don't need her. What is it that they always say? If you build it, they will come. We're not building anything. It's not feminism, it's racism. But we're going to say feminism because we're scared of the white boy. We don't want to challenge the men. The men that's in. Let me talk. Let me speak here. We target feminism. We target women because we're too weak to challenge the men who are in power. That's why we do that. So it's feminism instead of racism. You're not going to say racism because if you say racism, that means you got to challenge this white guy. And you ain't bad enough. You ain't powerful enough. You don't have enough balls to deal with him. So I'm going to attack a woman, a female, who is just as victim of the system as we are. She don't control nothing. She has no power. She don't do nothing. Everything she get, matter of fact, everything you get, directly or indirectly, comes from the white boy. I don't care how independent business you got. You sit around, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general. Well, actually, it is true.
Right.
Because you would turn around and pay him taxes, and those taxes pay for the military that'll turn around and whoop you upside your head. The police officer that'll whoop you upside. We paying for our own ass whooping. That's what happened in the 60s. That's what happening right now. We are the taxpayer, and we pay for our own ass whooping. We pay for our own discrimination. We pay for all these things. But see, the problem is standing up and being men and stop blaming women for this. You know, like you just said something about a cat lady and a dog lady. That don't help our situation. On top of that, brothers love cats. Brothers love dogs.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you love those animals. But you trying to say, if you don't roll with what I say, you're going to be lonely. So what? These people don't care nothing about being lonely. And there's an old saying, I'd rather be by myself in the company than in the company of a fool. We live in a country that is hypersexualized. Fornication and adultery is legal. And people, especially with low IQ, the only thing they know how to do, smoke, drink, and screw. You know that. That's the only thing on their mind. Ask them what book they read. Book? What's that? Is that a video called book? They don't have that. But see, that's our fault as men. Because as men, we should have built our own system where our children don't have to go to the enemy. Because you know that public school system is teaching that transgender stuff is acceptable, that's natural, and homosexuality, and a whole lot of fornication, adultery is fun. The music influenced the people to be fornicators and adulterers because that's easy. My mama, may she rest in peace, my mother said, because my mother was real, my mother called herself a illiterate, ignorant fool. My mother said that because it was true. And the only thing I know how to do is smoke, drink, and screw. And she told us that. I want you better than me. Because that's all illiterate. She said, you know why? Because it's easy to do. If being a fool meant that you had to get a college degree, we wouldn't do it. But all these things, it's easy to screw and make a baby. But it's hard as hell to take care of. And plus on top of that, they don't even really love children. A lot of these people are making babies because they are expected to. And that's the only way they know how to feel like, I'm a man, I'm a woman. Because when they finish getting drunk, and when they finish screwing all like that, the next subject is, Me and my kids. Look at my son. Look at my daughter. Because that's the only way they know how to feel to be a man or woman. But see, we as men go beyond that. Because we as men should be able to say, look at our nuclear power plant we just put up. Look at these roads we just laid down from California to New York. As men, look at our skyscrapers. Look, that river was going there. We made that river do what we want to do. We took our bulldozers and we changed the river, made it go and do what we want to do as men. But see, it takes men to do that. And it takes an example of men to be an influence on the young boys that's coming up. That's why I say nothing's going to change if we don't change ourselves the now, because we are the examples of these boys. Look, when I was growing up, it's sad to say, I had no male example. And my daddy was in the house. My mother was married 2 times. So her first husband died, and then she married my father. He was in the house. And he acted like I didn't even exist. He'd come in the house, didn't even say hi to me. Just walk through. He didn't pay no attention. Oh, the man got to be in. Well, the man was in the house. So what? There's a lot of men in the house. Don't mean nothing. What's the sense of having a man in the house and he's a fool? My father was nothing but a drunk. He was illiterate. The only thing he know how to do, screw and get drunk and die. And have as many babies as he could. Matter of fact, we even made a song about it. Remember, Papa was a rolling stone. That ain't nothing to laugh or be proud of. But a lot of us, we know about these things. Your father messed around, had whole other families elsewhere. And this was before feminism. Don't you know, I never seen my grandparents kiss or show affection. Mm-hmm. And they was married for 50 years. I never seen my grandfather hold hands with my grandmother, whatever. And this is how it was. We talk about traditional marriage. When we talk about traditional marriage, we ignore. Of course, some of them was beautiful, wonderful. But a lot of them was just, I'm there, so I can say I'm married. You know, this my husband, this my wife. They both, and folks is miserable for 50 years. It ain't real. And a lot of it wasn't real. How can it be real when, especially during that time when my grandmother was coming up, how could it be real when she know her husband going out messing with all kinds of women? There ain't nothing she could do about it. Just like the slave master. When that white woman, she knew that her husband was going out there messing with them slaves. She knew that them light-skinned babies, that was her husband's baby. There's nothing she could do about it. But if we're going to come up out of here and be men, we can't sit back and blame, oh, the women do this. No, I want to challenge the men in power. If you don't challenge these men in power, these new men coming across the border, brothers, in 10 years, they're going to be knocking your children back down to the bottom. And we've been here for almost 500 years. These new immigrants coming across the border, in 10 years, your children going to be asking, your children going to be asking them for a job. Can I have a job, Senor Pedro? Because we don't get our act together. And so, yes, I don't advocate ratchet behavior. Women messed up. Women are messed up. But from my point of view, you straighten up the man, because the man's supposed to be the leader. You straighten him up, and all these others will follow behind us. Straighten our own gender. We got brothers on the street right now with the beard, pants sagging. We scared. We won't even approach them. We scared of them. And you should be scared, because you come up to them the wrong way. Look, OG, you better get the hell out of my face and they'll put a gun in your head and blow your brains out. You're scared of them. It's easier to attack women. And I wouldn't attack some of these women in person, because some of them that got rowdy. They'll pull out a knife and a gun and blow your brains out. See, what they say, it's easier to catch bees with honey than vinegar. You know, calling people cat lady and calling people these different names and all these different, that's not going to help us. Because even if it's true, we just make things worse. It could be true that she's a 304. It could be true that he's a Pookie and a Ray Ray. It could be true. But when we approach people like that, because you don't want to be treated like that. You don't want somebody to come to you and calling you out your name, disrespecting you like that, even if it's true. I used to, when I was in the Nation of Islam, I used to go to, and I didn't even know it, because I was shielded from this stuff. I used to go to houses of prostitution. I didn't even know them. I didn't even know what they was. But I treated the sisters and their johns. I just brought the Muslim newspaper. How you doing, brother? You listen to Elijah Muhammad, blah, 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 blah. I've never called people out their names or whatever, because I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. So I just want to encourage people to do better by my example. Because I come from the same place. I come from the same doo-doo place, the same ghetto, the same place that you are. I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you. But we can do this. That's where I come from. I don't like talking about women. Women, the sisters, when you get these women on board, and maybe none of you have experienced this, but I have experienced this. When women get on board with you, you just don't know what kind of power you got. When we talk about the Black Panther Party, don't you know it was women that backed that party up? When you talk about Dr. King, it was women behind that. That's what it was. Women get behind you, get the power. Go, go, go. They support you. You never had women because they love you, not because of the tradition. You never had women cook for you because they just love you. That's my brother, that's my husband. They just cook for you, not because I got to. I'm cooking, I want my men to feel good. Because when they go to war against our enemy, I want them strong. That's what I want for my man. You never had that before, support. These young girls never had that. I opened doors for young girls and older women. Because when I was coming up, I was taught to be a gentleman. I still open doors for women, whether they like it or not. Matter of fact, I even do it for the brothers. And people are like, what are you doing that for? That's being kind to another human being. We used to be like that at one time. We wasn't perfect, but when I was growing up, we used to do that for each other at one time. Help somebody with their groceries going to the car and things like that. We used to be kind to, now it's you this and cussing and people think that they better than somebody. We're not going to get nowhere like that. And like you were saying earlier about the unity thing. You can't unite with nobody when we have these behaviors. You're not gonna get nowhere this way. So we read all these books. I stopped reading books. You know why I stopped reading books? I stopped reading books because it took me from myself.
Oh shit.
You know why I stopped reading books? Because it took me from myself. When you read books, that's somebody else's ideas. That's somebody else's research. That's somebody else's thoughts.
Oh my God.
That's somebody that belongs to somebody else. Regurgitating. What do you think? People, well, you know, the Bible said, the Quran said, no, what do you say? So-and-so said, what do you say? What do you discover? You don't have a brain? You don't have 5 fingers, 10 toes like this person? What makes them so special that their research and everything they say is so great and you can't do it on your own? Because a lot of this...
That's a reason to stop reading? Wait, I know you said not...
Let me clarify.
But
I will still read...
to not read?
No, I'm not... Let me clarify.
What are you reading if you're not reading books?
Let me clarify.
What are you reading?
I will read...
Mm-hmm.
But I don't do it and allow that to become part of my mind. I can think for myself. I don't need you. I don't
You'll
need
read,
that.
but you won't comprehend.
No, I can comprehend.
You'll read, but
I can comprehend.
you'll read, but you won't comprehend.
I comprehend very well. I can show.
You just said again.
I can show you papers to the Supreme Court. They understand. I can write papers all the way to the United States Supreme Court. I can comprehend. They can comprehend what I said.
You just said again. Just repeat what you just said. You will read, but you won't what?
But I'm not going to allow that to become part of me, because I can think for myself. Thank you for.
Comprehend.
I can think.
You won't read to comprehend.
No, I can comprehend.
You won't read to comprehend.
To seek certain information. No, I read to seek certain information. I can seek to seek certain information.
What does comprehend mean to you?
Comprehend me to understand. Understanding something.
So you'll read, but you won't read to understand?
But I understand. I'm reading to get the not your personal opinion.
You understand.
Not to read.
You understand that you're reading not to understand. Is that what's going on?
If you want to play the stupid game, you can play that. I told you. And see, this is the attitude. See, this is the attitude what this man got. This Stephen guy. This is the attitude. This is the reason why we can't get nowhere. Smart aleck, old ass Negro that think he know it all. You come here, you know it all, but you quoting from somebody else's book. Who the hell is Stephen? Who is this John L. Franklin person that you talking about? See, this brother here, Christopher, came here, didn't quote a damn thing, spoke from his heart, spoke from his mind. Okay. You come here, soon as you come here, well, from what I read from John L. Franklin Jr., who the hell is John L. Franklin and Jr.? You don't even have a mind of your own. And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
It might be somebody you read and didn't comprehend.
And that's the problem.
The way you talking.
With many of us on social media, when I conversate with them, they are regurgitating from somebody else. And if that person isn't around in order to explain what they're talking about, then they lost. You couldn't even explain what feminism is.
So
you can't even explain what feminism is. 15 minutes? Go ahead, I'll give you a shot. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead, talk.
Well, I got nothing but questions at this point.
No, you don't need no questions. You come here and teach me.
What type of multivitamin regimen are you on?
Since
I don't know how the hell you got this type of energy this time of night.
Since you smarter than everybody, come and teach. Go ahead. That's why I brought you here. Come and teach.
I probably am smarter than you.
Yes, right. So come and teach. We're gonna be quiet.
I never heard that before. That's why.
We're gonna sit back in the cut and let you teach me.
I don't think you're in a position to be taught. I think you want to hear yourself, which is cool.
Teach me.
But perhaps the best part, can I speak? I tried not to interrupt you, but let me know when I can speak.
No, go ahead. That's why you was here. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
I think this is cathartic for you, but after listening to you ramble,
yes.
I think everyone's dumber from listening to you. I think you need therapy.
Oh, then you ain't talking about this man ain't talking about nothing. Yeah, this man ain't talking about nothing. This man needs therapy. Come and teach me. Come and teach us something. Okay, I need therapy. Now, what you gonna teach? I need therapy. I need therapy. Teach us.
How old are you? How old are you?
That don't have nothing to do with the conversation. Teach us.
How old are you?
I didn't ask you how old you was.
I'm 46. How old are you?
You don't have nothing to teach. Don't have nothing to talk about.
Can I say something, gentlemen?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Can I say something, gentlemen?
Go ahead, brother.
I just got questions, dude.
Yeah, I know you do.
Going from what you were saying earlier.
Yes, sir.
One of the reasons why I said that I believe our kids is going to fix the situation is because the powers that be put a lot of time and effort into doing what they did. I mean, as far as when we talk to the women, and yeah, a lot of people are a little too brash and a little too, or a lot brash, and because I'm good for saying I'm not going to pet you, I'm going to tell you straight how it is. I'm not going to pet you at all. Is we have to understand for like 30, 35 years, the court system felt that the kids, especially the sons, need to go with mom. So they got that one feminine energy. They don't have the masculine energy for the men to do what you're talking about. So we gotta wash a lot of that foolishness that's been pushed into us for the past 35 plus years out in order to be men in the household. Because women, I think it's very funny, and I'm not jumping on women when I say this, but I've heard women say that men ain't this and men ain't that, and we want men to be better. But you're literally raising the men you hate by keeping the dad out of the house, by making sure that he doesn't have, your son doesn't have that masculine energy to be a strong man. You're literally raising the man that you can't stand for the next generation. So we have to fight to, I say personally, through businesses, our own businesses, in order to have the money to get away from the system to raise those kind of men that you're talking about. Because just to do it, we can't do it. I mean, not right at this second, because again, they got think tanks, they got people to sit around and figure out how to get the women to think the way they think. They're saying that we want equality. You don't want equality. Women don't want equality. That means you would have to go through the stuff we go through. And they don't want, and they will say they don't want that. And then back to what you were saying earlier about racism, I don't think a lot of it is racism. I'm not saying racism don't exist. I'm saying I think a lot of it is classism. Because they are black billionaires. So if it was racism, we wouldn't have black billionaires. But at the same time, I don't have to say you are not worthy to be in my presence. I just price you out. I just say, you can't afford to be over here. We get that. I've gone in areas when I used to do delivery services. Why are you over here? You don't look, your demeanor, your car doesn't look like you belong. So a lot of it I saw is more classism than racism, because ain't that many people calling me a nigger, or they calling me out of my way to make it sound like they're trying to call me a nigger. They just, why are you over here? You don't look like you belong. Now, if I had a $200,000, $300,000 car, wouldn't nobody ask me a question, because I look like I belong. So, again, out of everything you said, and I listened to it intently, out of everything, we just have to, on the same page, have to come into a position where the men and the women are thinking in the same direction to go from being consumers to being producers.
Exactly.
And I don't like to say that that's the end short of it, but that's pretty much the end short of it. We have to become producers. I don't care if he's making shoestrings and he's making nails and he's doing recycling and he's doing delivery. Everybody got to stop trying to be chiefs. That's the biggest. I'm the main one. I don't want to be in charge. I'll be in the back. I just want to do what I need to do in order for us to prosper. I don't have to be in the front.
Yes, sir.
So we got to get away from wanting to be chiefs, and all of our words need to be the same exact word. And if we still got people who don't want to go in that direction, they ain't got to go. They don't have to go at all. All right, man. All right, ma'am. Go over there. And when you're ready, you come find us. But we'll spend too much time trying to get those people instead of people who actually want to go. So, and as far as I agree with you. If we don't straighten up and fly right, yeah, we'll be looking to the Latino and the Mexican for work. Yeah. Because they'll come here and they'll work. Africans too. They don't like us neither. They'll come and bust, and then we'll end up probably having to work for them. Exactly. So we need.
I said exactly.
We need to teach our kids. Yeah, we need to teach our kids that it's not a hard thing to work and it's not a hard thing to build. Because I know a lot of times, people talk to me and say, you keep teaching folk to have their own business. Everybody can't have their own business. Okay, somebody can have their own business and you can go work for that person. Now we're all on the same page. All going in the same direction.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's it.
Brother Talib, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just gathering. I'm just soaking in what y'all saying. But I will talk in a minute. I just want to keep soaking in because I just came on this live.
Okay.
So I just want to keep soaking in what y'all saying so I could know where to go from.
All right. I want to thank
or being pushed as far as being the show with the residents of foolishness. I've never heard anybody have a suggestion on how to fix it, how to get them thinking another way. Because it's easier for them to go be crazy and loud and stick their tongue out in the foolishness than actually to build with a family. So many things I look at and hear and see about women saying they want the man to be a man, but be a feminine man that's masculine. Please, I understand that made no sense, but that's what I keep hearing every day. He need to be a man, but he need to understand my feelings. He need to tell me what to do, but he need to figure out how to tell me so it don't hurt my feelings. He need to be able to provide, but what I think provision is buying me a Birkin bag and taking me on these vacations. He can't tell me what to do, but he need to be able to lead. I mean, all of it is ridiculously crazy. So we need to figure, as men, we need to figure out a way to get them not thinking that way. So, as I said earlier, they don't be cat ladies. I don't want them to be elder cat ladies.
Yeah.
I would rather them be married to husbands who care about them and want to take care of a family.
Yes.
But that's not the reality.
Yes.
The reality is that they think if they do it the way they got pushed them all them years ago, and not all, but a good number, because if you ever see the turnout for women when it comes to feminism, they turn out in the thousands. But when it comes to anything else, it's crickets.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to figure out how to knock that down, which right now is going to be kind of difficult because they're deeply rooted in it.
Yeah.
So they don't want equality, because equality means you're going to have to go bust your behind like a man. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
As far as the I always said, as far as the LGBT, I always took that as a power grab, because most of them they deep rooted in getting money and having power. Especially when they took the civil rights movement got pushed to LGBT, and I blame us because we didn't push to keep it. Like, once we got it, we felt we was okay, and just kind of like, we ain't got to do nothing.
That's right.
So they came in there and they took it and they used it for them, and they made a power grab. And now they were trying to push a law a couple of months ago where they said if anybody from the LGBT community tries to talk to you and you turn them down, you could be arrested for a hate crime. That's how far they was pushing that. So
Where is this at?
this was in Washington, D.C. when they were first talking about pushing that legislation. Of course, it got knocked down. The point was that they were pushing it.
What's the name of it?
I would have to look it back up because, like I said, it was months ago.
Interesting. Put it in the chat. I'd like to look at that.
So when I first saw that, I thought that was insanely crazy. But again, it was just still, the way I saw it, as mostly a power grab to be able to do what they wanted to do. It had nothing to do with them trying to keep little girls and the boys and little boys and the girls. It had nothing to do with pushing if you wanted to be a furry or anything like that. It was mostly just a big power grab. And the powers that be not go too much say nothing about it, because the biggest way you can destroy people is affect their ability to reproduce. So if I'm locking you up and I'm telling you if you ain't got no dad in the home, and I'm telling you you're not a boy, you're a girl, you won't keep having kids, and I ain't got to worry about you. So, I always say racism is really a big old gear. You ain't got to have somebody out there going with pitchforks and torches saying, we're going to kill you, nigger. We just grease the wheel of the foolishness.
Exactly.
That's all they got to do. They ain't got to do nothing crazy. And a lot of times when we see the ones that come out with the, try to white power and all that foolishness, they get shut down so quick, they don't even be on TV long enough to worry about it. But, I feel like I'm ranting at this point.
No,
We just got to fix it.
You're doing
Okay, all right, brother. I want to chime in on this situation here. First of all, I'm going to say that I've seen just about this whole generation of males today, younger males, and I feel like that we older males are responsible for this too in a lot of ways. Well, as women are, that our younger males have become so feminized. Like, look at the parents that's accepting of this behavior. Like with the Wills and Jada Pickett Smiths. like with Dwayne Wade and what's that sister name? She from here in Nebraska, that he was married to. But anyway, they both had a child. And he's I think a transvestite or something like that. But anyway, yeah, Gabrielle Union. Yeah, Gabrielle Union. Yeah, that the child that she had with Dwayne Wade. And it's a lot of these parents. Oh, T.I. and his wife Tiny have even, a child that's gay. So when you got these prominent people from amongst us that's accepting this, then average black parents are willing to accept this because of that type of influence put out there in front of them. So we see right now that, because every time I turn around and look around, and where I'm at, it's not that many of us as so black people, okay? But as I turn around, and when I do see the so-called FBA brothers here, most of them walking around holding hands with another man, or, wearing feminine tight clothes, and doing what those type of people from that type of community usually do. And I mean, me as an older brother, sometimes I know I'm powerless over the situation because I'm just an individual, but all I could do is just, when I see that, is shake my head, because I mean, I knew that the power structure in this nation had always been gearing for our destruction, but it's like, did we learn our lesson from chattel slavery? Did we learn our lesson from the old school Jim Crow era? See, from the days of segregation, did we learn our lesson? And obviously, that's part of what indicates that we didn't learn our lesson. Because now we're going backwards. Because if you go back to them periods of times that I mentioned in our history in this nation, we had more backbone in us as men. To stand up for something instead of just falling for anything. Now you don't see that. So, and then you got these women here, like the brother was just talking about, that she's just looking for something out of a man, tangibly, to benefit her, but ain't caring about, the opposite part of her relationship, as far as what can I do to equally please this man. And so this is why you got movements like passport bros leaving, going to other countries, finding love. And look, I'm not promoting that when I say that, but I'm just telling the truth. It's a lot of brothers leaving America right now because they feel like they can't find the right type of woman here that would get behind them, and help them as a mate, as they equally supposed to help each other toward growing to have the healthy type of family that we all want. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like at this point in time, only thing we could do is as men, this is my opinion, I say we should reach out to these younger brothers out here. I mean, yeah, we could try to work with the woman as much as we can, but at the end of the day, if she don't want to change, you know, by coming 50-50, we're doing her part and helping us to heal through this situation that we're in as a people, then it'll be a waste of time to continue on trying to reach out. Now, with these women that would be willing to reach out, that's another thing. Okay, we could take that and run with it, but as far as trying and wasting our time reaching out to these women that don't want to, or how can I say, that wants to be our equal, which naturally don't work, you see, because of the XYZ situation, then I feel like, you know, we're just wasting our time dealing with them. And that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of brothers get frustrated and even wear themselves out with that, you see. And so, but I'm not saying that we should run from the situation, because there are sisters out here that'll be willing to get on the same team with us as other like-minded people to help to produce men from relationships instead of turning them into girls, and then they want to turn into a woman. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So, at the end of the day, I mean, it's unfortunate, man, because, see, listen, I live in one of these cities out here in the Midwest where this stuff, and this is no shots at the LGBTQ community, you know, but it's like, it's very acceptable here. Like the brother was saying, there's certain things you can't say or do to these people from that community because you might end up going to jail. You see what I'm saying? So you got to watch what you say, what you do. Where in other cities around the country, people are more able to seemingly voice their opinions about all this feminism going on amongst our brothers, amongst men in general. You see what I'm saying? So, but here, it's like you got to be silent. And see, I'm not the type to be silent on a lot of things. And that's the reason why I don't deal with a whole lot of folks where I'm at. Because, see, I'm going to say something that's going to hit them straight in the heart where the truth is. You see, and I see, like I said, I see a lot of these younger brothers, especially because they got a college here. This is a college town. And they, you know, a lot of them in the university, you know, and some of them that are going to school here or that are into other professions out here where I'm at, it's like most of them you would think they'll be married with a family, which there a few are, but many of them just want to be feminine. So that has become the acceptable norm, and we definitely got to come together as like-minded people, you know, and like I said, especially with our women, but at the same time with those ones that are willing to cooperate so we could change this.
Brother Talia.
Like the brother was talking about 35 years.
Brother Talia.
Okay, I just want to finish this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to finish this one sentence. Like the brother said, 35 years, We don't want to see this for another 35 years because then it'll be harder to undo. And with that, I'll pass.
All right, I want to thank you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't know how much time these brothers have tonight because we're already into an hour here, and I don't know how much time they have. I was thinking about making this like only 2 hours long at the max, maybe. I don't know what kind of time the brothers have. What type of time do you have, Brother Stephen?
Next 15 or 20 minutes, I just got questions.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
Yeah, brother Christopher,
Yeah,
you fine?
I'm good. 15, 20 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we're gonna look at this for another. So we're gonna go ahead and go ahead, brother Stephen. You can go ahead and speak, sir.
Brother Christopher, I like your well-rounded approach to the problems that we face. And I think it's quite enlightening. Whereas though the centralized backbone of your concept is entrepreneurialism. I have to agree with that to a certain extent. I don't know if that's the total solution, but it seems that it may be half or 1/3 of the solution. That type of economic independence. I also think that what will help equalize the effects feminism has had on the black communities is when black men adopt wholly some sort of functional birth control.
Yes.
Because right now,
Yes.
it is the reproduction of out of wedlock children that is, driving this destruction. And men are chumps. There is birth control out there, but we don't take it because of the side effects. But I think maybe in the future, if some type of birth control is made for men where they don't experience severe side effects, I think that might gnaw the effect of feminism. Because right now they're holding the ability of having these unwed children over our heads.
Yes.
And you can do a lot of things, you can do a lot of leadership, but you can't control how people make. But I think if just men in general, but black men had something they could take, even some type of pill that they were sure that was reversible when they were ready to have a family, I think overnight the sway feminism has on us would just drop.
I mean, I think I agree with you. I know they came out with something like that, and I think it made it a lot of guys sterile when they first came out with that. Mm-hmm. I think if women, somebody said this and it had me laughing really hard when they said, if the government did not give that grant for women to have child support, food stamp, the vaginas would dry up overnight. Because unfortunately, a lot of young ladies are having these kids because they know they can get the money from the state, and
yes,
if they cut that off, women would be more selective of who they would mate with. And I think men too. I mean, men, unfortunately, I call it the apple pie effect. Anything that feel like apple pie, they'll stick their penis in it, and that's unfortunate as well. So, I tell my son that all the time. Just because she's nice to you and she's cool with you, you need to learn who she is before you going and doing whatever you want, because she may turn into be the she devil, once babies come into play. And I say the same thing to my daughters. Just because he's cool now doesn't mean, I said, please get married first. I tell them all that. Please get married first, because marriage means commitment, if nothing else. Even if it doesn't last, it means he or she was committed enough to want to be your husband and wife. So when you have this child, he won't be going, oh, well, how do I know it's my baby, and all this other foolishness, because y'all did the steps.
Walked in good faith.
Right. So we got to push that more, and I still believe, especially for the young men, if we are in a good financial position, not that craziness of he got to make 6 figures, $100,000 a year. And let me rephrase that, because that's not a crazy statement to say. But to say that every man that you're going to touch is going to be making over $100,000 a year is just unrealistic. So, and if you want him to be $100,000 a year man, what are you doing to help build him to that process? So if you're just waiting at the finish line for this guy to be $100,000 to take care of you, that's just completely and utterly delusional. And for the men, don't be, in a sense, trying to kill yourself. Go get the education. Go learn what you need to learn. And then I believe you'll have the wherewithal to see if that woman is good for you and not just a good time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I concur with what you're talking about. I made some notes here. Like I said, you guys don't have a long time. I just want to go through some of these things that make comment on some of the things that were said and within the last few minutes. I want to say real quick, I don't know why, but we believe that the penis has special powers. Oh, is the man do this and the man do that? I've had a penis for a long time, and I don't remember it giving me special powers. But for some reason, we think because...
When you say special powers, like...
I mean, so smart.
You
know, just because you have a penis...
Qualify a lot.
Yeah, just because you have a penis, you qualify to be a leader. You know, you are an automatic husband. You're all these beautiful, fantastical things because I was born with a penis. I got a penis. I'm special. You know, it don't work that way.
Yeah, I agree.
It don't really.
I don't think like that at all.
But you got people.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree. It does.
Yeah, but you have this thinking that just because you have a penis, the man is the head of the household. Yeah, but you're a fool.
Technically, that's true.
You know, you're a fool. Now, from my perspective, who is the most competent should be head of the household. During the crack epidemic, you had wives and husbands that was crackheads in the house. And then you had a lot of children turn out to be using crack and end up in foster care and all like that. Oh, but the man is the head of the household. Matter of fact, from my experience, I saw a lot of men was the cause of women drinking and drugging. Oh, come on, baby. Take a little smoke. I seen it with my own eyes. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Men cause the women to do those things. So here we are in a situation. We don't have the strategy of a bird. Because what do birds do? Birds build a nest.
They carry.
Then they have sex. Then they have sex.
They marry before they carry, yeah.
Right, and then they have babies.
Even with the little brain thing to do that.
We are in a situation, talk about love and passport brothers. We talk about love. As men, you should want to create your own nest. You in another man's nest. And all the problems you getting is a result of being in his nest. And there's nothing that you can, look, even these people know. The first people that was coming from up out of England to this country for religious purposes most of the time, they wanted to come to America so their children would not be influenced by what they left in England. I want to come to America so my children don't have nothing to do and won't be influenced by what was going on in England. You have to separate your babies. Even you, even I always say on our platform that we who are living right now, we're damaged goods. Because we are products of the cesspool, whether we like it or not. We're products of the cesspool. There's nothing that you can do about it. This is part of us. We're part of it. We're part of these things. We have to create our own nest. We have to create our own environment because this environment is what is created all this for you. This society itself that you did not build, another man builds, and he approves and he gives his okay. It's perfectly fine with him. You don't like it, get the hell out the nest. But you want to stay in the nest and try to work with it. And you're not going to be able to work with this nest. This nest is what? 300, 400 years old? You can't work with it. It is what it is. Unless you kick him out of power and you change it. You ain't bad enough to kick this boy out of power. So what you gonna do? Because as long as your children are in here, I don't care what you do. You could be the greatest parents in the world. I just saw where Denzel Washington, I did not know this. Denzel Washington has a gay daughter who just got married. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington just,
Why should we care?
Denzel Washington just kissed a man and justified it. He's no big deal to him. Because in this society, in this environment, all that is acceptable, all that is horrid-dory, all that's good. And you talk about men, a woman should help a man.
That's what I just got through saying.
Yeah. You say a woman's supposed to sit back in the cut and help a man make $100,000 a year or whatever. But that's not what traditional marriage was. Traditional marriage was.
I didn't say she can't sit back in the cut. She gotta have, like you said, actually.
Yeah,
that
support
she
him.
has to do her job.
Yeah.
And he has to do his job.
But see,
so she can't sit back in the cut and help him build. She has to be working too.
Exactly.
And I don't mean like a traditional job. I mean she got to be working.
Well, the traditional marriage, that's what they done. Traditional marriage, right. She sat back in the cut, and he made the $100,000. The only thing she did, sit back, and she basically was a housekeeper and took care of the children, whatever. Basically, she was a slave. Because they even call women, what do they call women's work?
Yeah,
what do they call women's work?
Yeah, me too.
I know you're gonna disagree with me. What do they call?
Her purpose is to help build that man.
I think feminism
build you for what?
Yeah, I think feminism equated that.
She a helpmate. She can't be a helpmate if she's sitting on her behind. So in order for her to help him build, she got to be helpful in that regard.
Okay. Hold your thought. Let me before I lose my train of thought. They call woman's work domestic work. Domestic work, meaning slave work. That's what it is.
No, domestic.
That's domestic work. It's slave. It's slave work.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are two totally different.
Her word.
What are you talking about?
Hold your point. Let me make my point.
Prove your point.
Because that's what it is. You go out here and do all the work. It's slave labor. It's slave labor. And that's what the whole thing is about. There is no. You got a problem with equality. You got a problem with equality. What do you know what equality is? Because that's what it is. Domestic.
Now you're all over.
Domestic. No, I'm not over. Domestic or domestication. To enslave. All the foods that you eat. All the foods that you eat is domesticated. Enslaved for the purpose of human consumption. All the banana that you eat is not the original banana. It was enslaved. It was domesticated. It's domesticated.
Saying the people who do the domestic work are slaves.
Exactly.
It's
slavery. It's another word for slavery.
Up a little. You got me.
And you don't. I know you don't like this. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it. It upsets you. But that's what it is. Passport, brother. Now
we talking about bananas and shit. Like where the hell did
passport, brother, been going on before Passport Bros even touched it. That's been going on.
It's been going on for a long time anyway. But also
leaving Vietnam and going back to Vietnam and Taiwan and getting wives. That's old.
But also
only became a big thing when black folks started doing it in droves and they started calling the Passport Bros. But that's an old movement.
Yeah, but it's
going to Vietnam and Taiwan it's got to be 30, 40 years old.
Right, but it's unnatural. It's unnatural behaviour. It's unnatural behavior because no animal, no race goes outside of themselves. But that's because you have a slave. That's because of a slave mindset. Because you have a domesticated slave, and you have become influenced by this environment. You are part of the matrix, and you don't see that in yourself.
Oh shit!
Then what is wrong? What is wrong with women wanting equality? What is wrong with that? Equality only means if I have two bananas. If I have two bananas,
for the most part, if they got it.
See, no, there's a difference between. No, you have a role. If a woman.
Wait,
see, this is the thing. Why you don't want a woman to be a truck driver?
She can be a truck driver.
I don't want a woman to be a truck driver.
There are truck drivers now. We're not tripping about that.
Right. Okay. So what are you talking about? Why you don't want her to be called head of household? Because you got a penis?
Because a lot of times,
Because you got a penis?
No, because a lot of times because she's too emotional to handle that job.
Who's more emotional than? Look at the emotion that has been expressed on this broadcast right now by a certain
What you
person.
have right now?
I'm just being me.
What did you say?
I'm just being me, bro. I don't know what you got me. I'm just being me.
Yeah. Really
Plus, a lot of young ladies want to pick and choose when to be head of household. They don't want to.
They don't understand.
The whole time.
See, look.
But a lot of women want to pick and choose when to be head of household.
See, this is a whole different ball game, whole different situation.
When things don't work out in your favor.
Well, see, this is the thing about it.
So if
You have to build your own environment and create your own roles and what people gonna do.
Have you done that? Have you done that?
No, we have not done that. No, we have not done that.
No, you. Have you done that?
No, I have not done that.
What's your family situation? What's your family? Are you married?
What that got to do with anything?
Oh shit. Are you married?
The only one that used the only one that's talking crazy, the only one that's talking all outside whatever. But then I know that you don't have nothing to offer because you need somebody else to speak for you. You don't have no mindset.
Right.
You have no brain.
I get it.
Yeah, you read somebody else's brain. You read somebody else's thoughts.
Don't be mad. I get jumped on for reading too, so don't be mad.
Are you married? Are you married?
What they got to do with anything?
Are you married?
Are you married?
Was we talking about marriage?
No, I'm talking about domestic. I'm talking about equality. I'm talking about equality because equality means.
You want to let me speak?
No, you had your time. I just had you. That's what I was gonna talk. I was gonna talk, and then I'm gonna go to Crystal. Bye.
Because at this time,
You ain't talking about nothing, and you had nothing to offer to the conversation. You don't have no brain. You have no mindset. That's the problem right there. All those guys in those woman-hating groups is like this guy.
Are you married?
No.
Are you married? No. Oh, you really mad. Have you ever been married?
No.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Well, let me tell you my situation.
I don't care about your situation. That's not what this topic is about. What you want to know about me personal for?
Don't let it make your head explode, baby. Don't pop the button on your neck.
No, I don't like your attitude. I don't like your attitude. You pissing me off. I don't like your attitude. You think you smarter? You think you better? And you don't know nothing. You ain't brought nothing to the conversation.
Yeah, after listening to you an hour,
you ain't brought nothing to the conversation.
So, my situation, you talk.
I don't want to hear that nonsense. I don't have time for it. I only have a few minutes left anyway. I don't have time for that nonsense. Because he's pissing me off.
Wow.
He's pissing me off. I don't have time for that kind of nonsense.
I thank you for letting me come on, man. I appreciate you letting me come on, and I got to go too. But I think if you want to do it again, man, I'll be more than willing to come on the page.
All right. I mean, Brother Chris, you had a good conversation. I like what I'm pretty sure, even the chat room, they recognize your intelligence, and that's the way you want to. I mean, it was a wonderful conversation. You know, this guy here took me off of what I wanted. I mean, he's not bringing nothing to the conversation. And see, what I wanted to do was bring you guys on the platform and let you take your time and let you teach us. But you know, we had a discussion instead of a teaching. We had a discussion. You were able to discuss and you were able to articulately, present to us your thoughts, whether we agree or disagree. And that's wonderful.
Right.
This man here from the very beginning, was messed up. I tried to maintain my composure. And if you looked at some of my other videos, I sit back in the cut and let people talk. But you're not going to come here and disrespect me on my platform. I brought your ass here. You say you had something to say, then come here, don't have nothing to say. He's not the first one, Brother Chris. There's guys that come here, tell me they got all this to say, then they get here. Benjamin Franklin said, I've been invited on programs. And I speak mine. I hold mine. Because I am me. I'm not quoting from no books. I don't have to put books behind me and I'll talk about all the books I read and all like that. When I talk about, I don't read like that no more because it's not necessary. I'm reading all these books, what you producing, with all this knowledge and understanding that you're getting. What is it producing for you? You reading all these books. When we start producing something from what we reading, then I can understand. Read some more, read some more. You ain't done nothing with the knowledge that you got or you had. Keep reading and reading. Because it makes you feel good. Makes you feel smart. But then when you come in front of somebody like me that don't give a damn about your reading, there's a problem. Because those not your thoughts anyway. That's somebody else's thought.
I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, brother Chris.
But again, sir, I thank you for letting me come on and.
Y'all have your email.
But I thank you for letting me come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please hit me up again. I'll be happy to come on your show.
I sure hope so, brother.
Have a good night, brothers.
Yeah, you brought a lot of enlightenment. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. You gone, brother?
You're quite welcome. I'm happy to help.
All right.
Yes. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Well, yeah, I came in kind of a little late.
Yeah, you
I see. I came in when y'all both was arguing, though.
Yeah, that Negro Stephen. It was a Negro, that Steffens guy. You'll see on the playback. He was very rude and disrespectful. And then he didn't have nothing to say, Brother Talib. He didn't have nothing to say. Whatever he had to say, he piggybacked off of what Chris said. He didn't have nothing to say.
Right.
But on Facebook, I met this piece of trash on Facebook, and he had all this he wanted to say. He got all this teaching he wanted to, came here and didn't say nothing. You know, it pissed me off. I was trying to hold back, but he made me come. He made the Negro come out. You know, I'm not gonna take all the. he made the Negro come out with that foolishness. You know, he ain't have nothing to say because you pissing me off.
So you say you made the Negro come out.
Made the Negro. I wouldn't plan to be Negro. I wouldn't plan on being Negro today. But this cat here, silly, don't have no kind of intelligence. Talking about I read a book. And he's still hanging around. This cat still, he's still hanging around. Here he is, he's still hanging around. He's still hanging around. What you hanging around for, Mike? He said nobody won't let him talk. Okay, go ahead and talk. He said we won't.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
Because I said I got under your skin.
Yeah, you
Here's
did.
the thing. When I asked you if you were married, you got mad scared. And you didn't even let me...
Scared of what?
You didn't even let me...
Scared of what?
Continue. You're talking about all this building. You ain't even build a family unit your whole life. So, can I tell you my situation?
That's not the topic. I don't care about your personal situation. The topic is how did feminism destroy the black community? I don't care about
that's the topic.
That's the topic. Yeah.
But when I tried to get in your ass and show you,
you ain't getting nothing here, bro.
All this leadership.
Bro, you ain't getting nothing here.
The family. What are you talking about?
You ain't getting nothing here.
Talking about you never been married.
You don't know nothing about me.
Where do you get the moral justification to tell me about anything? I've been married since I was 19 years old.
So what?
To the same lady.
What do that got to do with feminism? What that got to do with feminism destroy the black community?
If you are incompetent telling people how to build when you can't even build a family. That's what it has.
What that got to do with anything? A family in the white man's house. Big deal. You want to clap? You built a family in the white man's house under his rules with your booty sticking out with his ding-a-ling down your throat.
Where is your family?
You don't run nothing. What kind of family you got? You deserve the white. If it wasn't for the white man, you wouldn't have nothing. Show me what's in your house Mr.
Oh, really?
Mr. Family Man.
Really?
Show me what's in your house that you built and the white man didn't give you.
I literally built 1/3 of my house.
You ain't built nothing. Where you get the bricks from? Where you get the wood from? Where you get the electricity from? Where you get the rubber from? Where you get the hammer from? Where you get the nails from? You ain't do nothing. You the white man's thing. You belong to him. You're a slave.
So where's your house?
The white man gave it to me.
Are you a homeowner?
The white man
you a
don't make no
homeowner?
difference what I am. Nobody don't. If you don't pay taxes, nobody own no home in America. So get that right.
So let me get this straight. You're disqualifying
No.
people maintaining families.
You don't have no family.
Even though
You a slave on a plantation.
You have to do.
You a slave on a plantation. You don't have no family. The white man can break you up right now.
Is a slave.
If the white man can break you up right now.
That top button on your shirt is a slave that needs to escape.
Yeah, whatever, sir.
It needs to be free.
He said, Angel lost in the debate. There's no debate. What are we debating about? There's no debate.
Because I asked you if you were married. You talking about all this nation building. I asked you if you were married. You flipped the
What
fuck
they got
out.
to do with anything?
I just asked if you were ever married.
What they got to do with
You talking about
anything?
nation building. That's the first unit.
You ain't building no nation. You don't have no family. You live in another man's house. You pay another man taxes.
And you're living in another man's house.
That's right.
And so are you. And so are you married. And so are you. But at least I'm married and have a unit.
You a unit of what? It don't mean nothing. That's for your vanity.
Oh, marriage doesn't mean anything no
No,
more?
it don't mean nothing.
Marriage doesn't mean anything?
What do it mean?
Marriage doesn't mean anything?
What do it mean?
Oh, wow. It means that
For
you're
you?
and sunken and you're mad.
Because you probably a bully. You probably bully your wife. You bully your children. You bully your dog Scruffy. You don't have no
You don't
family.
even have a woman. You don't even have a woman leading you. And you're talking about men need to lead. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You never had a woman say, "Okay, you can lead me." Are you crazy?
No, I don't have
Well, I know
slaves.
that.
No, I don't have slaves.
Are you?
No, I don't have slaves. I don't want
You don't have
slaves.
a woman.
I don't have slaves. You the one that
You
wants
have a
slaves.
wife.
You want to be like the white man, but
don't
you
have
ain't
a
bad
wife.
enough. You're not bold enough to be like him. You cowardly, incompetent, and you can't build like him.
But I still got a family. What you
Wait,
got?
a family that needs the white man in order to survive. In order to survive.
You got the white man's dick in your mouth. That's what you got. I've got a family over here, nation building, and you're just talking shit. Where's your family?
Where's your
It
family?
hurts, doesn't it? I see the
Yeah,
pain in
it
your eyes.
hurts. It hurts because it
Where's
don't
your
mean
family?
nothing.
It hurts because it doesn't mean nothing?
What do it mean? Okay, I don't have a
You
family.
not comprehend. Yeah. It hurts because it doesn't mean nothing.
And
Just
you
like
you a man,
comprehend.
and everything you got, the white man gave it to you.
It does hurt to watch, Regal.
Yes, it do.
So white man gave me a wife. Why didn't the white man give you a wife? Why did the white man think you were too incompetent to have a wife?
Oh, you
That's
brought you
not a white man
some.
too?
You brought you some reinforcement. Who the hell is a Regal?
Regal is someone laughing his ass off.
Right.
If you're talking about nation building, and you've never been married.
Right.
The only thing you're married to is the plaque on your teeth. Yeah.
Woo! You a funny dude, man. Hey, the black
Yeah,
about
yeah.
hey, you a funny. Hey, you a funny dude. You should be on the comedy circuit.
You know who thinks I'm
The
funny?
plaque on my
You know
teeth.
what thinks I'm funny?
Hey,
My wife.
your
Who
wife.
thinks you're funny? Who
Yeah.
thinks you're funny?
Hey, man.
I know you weren't married.
What
because I
other,
saw
what
your
other,
editing.
hey, what other
So
jokes
there's
you
no
got?
one behind you.
Oh, the plaques on my teeth. Let's talk. No.
You ready?
Yeah,
You ready?
keep talking about the plaque on
You
my
ready
teeth.
for 'em?
Yeah, come
You ready
on.
for 'em?
Come on. Let's keep talking about the plaque on my teeth. We off the air now. We're not serious now. We're not serious no more. We want to talk about the plaque on my teeth. Come on, man. Come on, talk about the plaque on my teeth. I want to hear some
It's the
more.
whole general composition that you're such a hypocrite. Here,
yeah,
don't-
right.
Don't ignore it. Take it.
These guys,
Take it.
see, these guys are mad because you're not a man.
Here you gonna go mute me because I'm just gonna start over talking to you.
You're not a man. You're not a man to me.
You've never been married. And when someone asks you if you're married, you act like a little bitch, like it doesn't mean anything anymore.
You're not a man
You
to
talking
me.
all this shit? You got the reality simple on earth internet ministry,
Exactly.
the divine masculinity.
Exactly.
But, you don't got no wife.
No, I
You don't got
don't.
no wife. You don't got no daughters.
No.
You don't even got bitches.
No, I
What the hell
don't.
you got, baby?
No, I don't.
You don't got no side chicks.
No, I don't have
No
nothing.
hoes. No
No,
nothing.
no. I don't have none of that.
And you up here just big man.
No, I don't have no slaves. I don't have no
What's the nation
slaves.
building?
I didn't say nothing about nation building. Did I say anything about nation building? I never said nothing about
You
nation.
reading but not comprehending.
Let's go back to the plaque on my
You
teeth.
but not
No, let's go back
comprehending.
to the plaque on my teeth.
You brushing your teeth for 5 minutes thinking you done.
Yeah, come on, let's keep
You
talking
got a whole lot
about
of
let's come
brushing to
talk
do.
about the plaque on my
You gotta
teeth.
get those gums. You gotta get the back of that.
Yeah,
mouth,
there you go.
gotta get all that shit to be.
Yeah.
Shit.
Come on.
You can't say shit.
Bring
to
it.
me.
I know that. Come on, bring it
I've
back.
been married.
Yeah, you've been married. I know. Come on, bring it. Come on, talk to us, man.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Come on, talk about your marriage. Come on,
Oh
talk.
shit, you banning everybody who's ripping you right now.
Yeah,
online.
come on,
I
talk.
see that. You're a little bitch.
Yeah, I know that.
You're
Come
a
on.
bitch. You banning everybody who's ripping you online.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah, I
What
know.
you need to do.
Yeah, I
But
know.
you still
No.
banning them. You ban legal. You ban.
Yeah, I sure
You're
is.
losing your whole congregation now.
I know. Come on, teach us.
You can't say shit about anything.
Come
man.
on, teach
You're
us.
not married.
No, come on, I
You got
know.
no weight.
Right.
You got no pool.
You don't know nothing about me. Come
You
on.
got no sleeves.
I
You
know
got
that. I
nothing.
know that. Come on,
You can't
teach.
even have a woman follow you.
I sure
You're
don't.
60 plus years old.
No, I'm
and you haven't
70.
been married.
I'm
Nobody
70.
okay?
I'm
Ain't
70.
Ain't nobody following your leadership.
No, it sure not. Come on.
You feeling everything but a toothbrush.
What else you get?
You
Yeah.
feeling everything but a dentist.
I know.
And a therapist.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. What else you got?
How old are you? How old are you?
70, 71.
How old are you?
71.
Oh my goodness.
I
This
know.
motherfucker is 71 years old.
Yeah. I'm
Never
70.
been married.
Never been married.
Are you fucking serious? Are you talking about nation building?
I'm 71.
What the hell have you been doing the last...
In jail.
Yeah, he's banning me.
In jail.
Yeah, he's banning me. You've been...
In jail. That's where I've been. I've been in jail.
You can't get to them.
I've been in
That's
jail.
really the best place brothers get wives, in jail.
But I
All
didn't.
those brothers be having wives. What
I
the
know
hell
that.
are you doing?
I don't know. I failed. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. You got the
You
wisdom.
failed, so you can't...
That's right. I sure did. I failed.
It's a complete failure.
Right. I was in jail. I'm 71 years old. Never been married. 12 years in
71
jail.
years old who doesn't read.
And don't read. You're right. What else you got? Come on, man.
You didn't go to jail for
Don't
stealing.
yeah. I went to
I know
jail.
that much.
I went to
That
jail.
wasn't the crime.
What? Damn, you bring a lot of what you call it? They don't get a chance to write on the timeline though.
Because I'm ripping your ass.
I know that. Yeah, I know you ripping.
Every time
I know you ripping. Come on. Come on, you rip. Keep ripping. What else you got to say? Okay, I'm 71 years old, never been married. I've been in jail for 12 years. Okay, my teeth got plaque on it. What else do the people need